Hello?
Hello?
What's your name?
Isaiah?
Isaiah.
Hold on, let me turn the stream off.
Yeah, turn the stream off. We're gonna get into it.
Alright, what's up? What's going on?
You know, not a whole lot is going on with me.
It's the same thing over here.
What are you doing right now, Isaiah?
Well, right now, I'm just getting back from work, cooling, in the bed, enjoying my day, watching your stream.
Where do you work?
Working at Taco Bell. I'm a cashier.
How thankful are you that you don't work at a fucking McDonald's right now?
Actually, it's a funny story about that. See, I was finna go to the goddamn McDonald's across the street from my Taco Bell. But I went to the Taco Bell first, and the boss at the Taco Bell said that we have sort of a Krusty Krab and jump bucket type of rivalry with McDonald's across the street. He said that one of the managers came over there and started a fight with him. So now every time we see a McDonald's person, it's pretty much a brawl in the street, you know what I'm saying?
Who usually wins?
Taco Bell, because we're the best.
Do you make sure it's a fair fight though? Like, alright, if you're with one of your boys from Taco Bell, right? And then there's one dude walking out of the McDonald's. You don't gang up on him, do you? Or is it just like, fuck that guy?
Look, man, it's on site, you know what I'm saying? We say MDK. It's MDK, that's McDonald's killers, you know what I'm saying? So if we see a McDonald's dude, it's over with. We can, you better not come out to McDonald's if you see us in the street, because it's over with. That's on gang.
Isaiah, do you see an end to the violence? Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel, or do you think that this will wage on for indefinitely?
They need to go apologize to my manager. That's what needs to happen.
Apologize for what? What did they do?
Look, I don't even know. But I know that my manager cool. You know what I mean? So,
Isaiah, you've gotten to a critical point in your battle where you've forgotten what you were even fighting about.
Man, I never knew.
If you never knew, what has been driving you? I mean, what has been motivating you to fight? Because you sound like a valiant soldier, Isaiah. You sound like if I were building an army, I would want you leading my front line. You valiantly defend the honor of Taco Bell for absolutely no reason. And I want to get to a reason, Isaiah.
Shit. I feel like it comes from my warrior background. You know what I'm saying? I'm a OG. I'm a rolling 60. You know what I'm saying? I just did my time. I'm getting out. I'm trying to do my best. But it seems that this, I guess you could say, gang shit has followed me, and I feel like this is one of the best ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna fight if I have to fight.
Isaiah, I don't want you going back in there, man, because of some fucking McDonald's dude. It's not worth it, Isaiah. I don't want you going back.
Get. I didn't choose the Taco Bell life. You know what I'm saying? Taco Bell life chose me, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's in your head, Isaiah.
Maybe it's in your head, Gecko.
It is in my head. You know what? It's concern. Because I love you and I care about you. And I don't want to see you get wrapped up in, the Taco Bell gang crowd.
Nah, I don't know. I'm too deep, man. I get paid $8.75 an hour. That's pretty good for where I used to get paid. You know what I mean?
What'd you used to get paid?
$7.25. So it was like dollars and some cents, my guy.
Would you kill for $8.25 an hour?
Man, Shit, I don't know. It depends on the situation. I don't think killing somebody would take hours, so I guess I'd only get paid $8.75.
So would you? How about per person? Wait, you don't think? How long do you think it would take for you to kill someone?
Well, from experience, I would say about 30 seconds, depending on where the things come at. You know what I'm saying?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Like let's say you pull up on them, but you're not out the house yet. You know what I'm saying? The most you can stay is 15 seconds. And then depending on how much your boss tells you that you need to dump, it might take maybe 15 more seconds to get it cleared out, and then you got to drive away. So
okay, so if you did it per person, then that's all right. What's 1650 times 120? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of people you could get in an hour.
Yeah, it is a lot of people I get in an hour. But then again, you also got to think, is it worth the jail or the prison time for this? Because that ain't going to get you a good lawyer. You know what I mean? Like, realistically.
Isaiah, how hath you sinned?
I've been thinking about this question. Okay. And, I won't lie. I'm a sinner. I'm probably going to sin again. Probably. Now, if you're asking me how, I guess I could tell you about the violence. That's a sin, right? Violence against another person. I'm not really religious. I wouldn't know what a sin is.
No, I think that's a sin. That's probably a sin. I mean, look, I feel like I think we all come up with our own sins. We all get to define what a sin is. But then there is the objective, Catholic book of sins.
They have a book of sins.
Something like that.
Well, shit. I guess. Well, I could tell you a story. Is it cool if I indulge you in a story of one of my sins?
Yes, please.
So, one day, we was, I was with the homies, you know what I'm saying? This was maybe, about 2 years ago, you know what I mean? So we was cooling, we was out on the block, you know what I'm saying, minding our own business. And a dude came, and he was a dude from somewhere we had never seen. We had never seen him before. And, we live in a very small community. We've seen everybody before. A lot of people come through. We know them by name. And dude came, and he was talking a lot of rah-rah, like, hey, fuck you. Like, why are you looking at me? That's what he would say to me and the homies as we were walking down the street. He said, why are you looking at me? Fuck you. I'd kill you. So, of course, me and the homies, we walk up to him and we're like, hey, what's up? Like, what's cracking? What you want to do? He's like, I'll kill every single one of y'all. Y'all ain't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we jump him. And we hitting him. And we beat him. Nah, me, keep in mind, I'm drunk. I'm off like a 40, you know what I'm saying? I'm going out my body. So I'm over-exaggerating. I'm like, fuck it, everybody get up off me. Everybody get up off me, man. And I get on him. I'm on top. And I take out a knife. Now this is where it gets bad. Because, so basically I carved my initials into his forehead. And then of course he told the police because, he know how I like that. And then now I'm currently serving a 2-year probation sentence, or not 2 year, 3-year probation sentence, and I've done 2 years so far. So
So you're not in jail.
Well, I was.
You're on
I was.
probation.
Yeah. See, I was supposed to be in jail for way longer than I am right now, but they let me off because of overcrowding in the juvenile center that I was in. So, yeah.
Oh wait, how old are you? Isaiah?
I'm 19. I only did 2 months for it.
You're not out there carving TBs into McDonald's workers' heads, are you?
Nah.
So what's
Not
next
yet.
for you, Isaiah? What's next?
Shit, man. I wish I knew. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's hard. Anybody that's on the stream right now that's, you know, younger, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they probably going down the same path. I don't know. Like, I'm going to spit some words of knowledge on your live, Gecko, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's really not. Don't do it. It gets real hard, especially when you get out and then everybody looking at you like you're crazy, and your family think you're crazy, and your friends think you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't worth it. Don't try and be that dude. Don't try and be hard. If you're in a game, step away from the game, man. Because they ain't have my back when I was in there. I promise you that. Don't do it, y'all. I don't even know what it takes me, man.
What would you say was the hardest part?
Getting out. This probation shit. It's hard to have to worry about a dude pulling up on your house every day and drug testing you and asking you where you've been at, and you have a curfew and you can't do this or that, and, you know, all this extra shit. You got to be home by a certain time. If you fuck up one time, they send you back to jail. And the longer you're on probation, the more your sentence goes up. It's crazy. It's not worth it.
So let me ask you, how? Okay, I know that we were joking about Taco Bell and McDonald's, but how much have you fought McDonald's people?
We've been in one fight, one real one. Most of them are just arguments, and I'm pretty sure most of them are playing around, but one of them got real disrespectful and decided to say something about, you know, my dead homies while I was out. It was on my break. You know, we get our 30-minute break if you work a 5-hour shift or more. So on my 30-minute break, it was me, this dude, Maurice, and this other dude that doesn't work there no more. And we were sitting outside at a gas station at the Taco Bell, and they came over. And we was playing at first, and dude, I was like, oh my dead homies, like, y'all better get away from the Taco Bell, nigga, MDK, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, fuck your dead homies. And then we brought out, you know what I'm saying, it was 2 of them, 3 of us, you know, of course they lost. But I was pretty much the only one.
What's next for
It
you?
gets real. You said what?
What's next for you, man? What you got plans? You have anything you want to do? If you've been, I feel like if you're locked up, when you were locked up, were you thinking about shit that you wanted to do when you got out?
See, I was avoiding saying this, but because I don't want to, you know, cater to the stereotype, but I am a rapper, and I feel like I have a little bit of success in the street. You know what I'm saying? Over at least in my area. You know what I mean? I don't think that's gonna go far. So I don't really know. Right now, I'm just kind of looking for a place to stay at right now. But you know, the rap hard.
All right. Well, you know you got to drop your shit in our chat right now.
I don't even got social media, man.
You don't have anything? How did you find this stream if you don't have social media?
I was on my friend's TikTok. Well, when I was at the crib, and he showed me about this. I was like, oh, that's cool. And your stream really reminds me of Goddamn. Like, it's something I'd watch if I was high, and you know I'm on probation, so I can't smoke. So I kind of watch those streams for coping method to stop me from smoking weed. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good reason. So you don't. All right. So you don't have anything. Do you have any? You don't have any. Do you have any recorded music?
Yeah, I have a SoundCloud, but I don't know if you.
Okay, so you have a SoundCloud.
Hell yeah.
What's your SoundCloud? Can we hear it?
You want to hear it on the screen right now? I don't think I could.
Well, no, I was gonna say you should drop it in the chat so we can hear it, but
Yeah,
now I'm kind of interested. Now I kind of want to. Can we listen to it on the stream? I'm kind of interested now.
I don't know if I could. I don't know how I would do that. Well, actually, yeah, I do. Hold on. Let me pull it up right now. I put it in the chat, by the way. It's No Man. I'm Baby Spoo 2 times in the chat. But let's see. So I dropped the album
2 times.
I dropped the album.
Baby Spoon 2 times.
Nah, not Spoon, y'all. It's Spoo. SPOO.
Baby Spoo. I've recognized that name. I've been seeing that. Did you drop it in the chat? You put your SoundCloud in there? I hope that it didn't get like
Yeah, somebody else just put it. Rage Wolf just put it in there.
But what studio do you record at? I have a friend who like works at a studio in Atlanta.
Shit, we it's not a real studio. It's just, you know, one of the homies had a computer and a mic in the house, and we just.
That's a studio. This is fucking not a real studio.
Oh hell yeah! Well then I guess you probably don't know, but it's a Six Flags in Atlanta, and we lived in the apartments down the street from the Six Flags, and that's where we recorded that album in the apartments down the street from the Six Flags.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say that you recorded it at the Six Flags, which was gonna confuse me. But hell yeah, dude. That's so okay. So you have SoundCloud, but you don't have any other social media. You don't like use TikTok. You don't use fucking like.
Nah, I had.
Do you want to, or are you just like avoiding it?
For right now, while things are a little bit high right now, I'm kind of off it right now. Just off the social media, just trying to stay away from that.
Okay, word.
But,
is it like not cool for like the fact that you just got out of jail? Is it like detrimental to? Is it?
Nah, it's more like the homies still out here doing their thing. I don't want to be tied. I don't want them to get tied to me through the police. They can do a lot of crazy stuff now. It's crazy. One of my homies that live in goddamn New York got tied to a homie that live in Atlanta through social media, and that's how they caught him from doing one of his crimes. I don't want to get involved in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Cause I don't know, man. I'm thinking about like this stream that I'm doing right now. Like I was able to like start it by streaming on Reddit. I don't know if you ever use Reddit or anything, but like, I think that like if you ever wanted to like stream on there, yourself rapping, I think you'd do really well on there. If you ever wanted to like make TikToks and shit, I think like. I mean, I know you said that like you think it's stereotypical and like stupid and shit, but like there are very legitimate avenues for you to like build this shit, and I know that you want to like stay a little under the cover and shit for now, but whenever the heat clears up, I think it's cool for you to do.
I'll probably reactivate my Twitter. If y'all wanna follow my Twitter, I got that shit deactivated, but I'll probably reactivate it if y'all wanna fuck with it.
Dude, fucking go on. I'll if you actually want to know about like RPAN and like Reddit streaming shit, I'll tell you about all that stuff. That's how I was able to get started doing this. But yeah, dude. I don't know if you ever use Discord, but like post your shit in there, and we'll follow you. That was interesting.
Nah, I appreciate it, cuz. Shit. I'm geeking like a motherfucker. I'm trying to be cool, and for the goddamn alive, but I'm geeking like a motherfucker right now.
Well, I'm geeking too.
I appreciate you, cuz.
For sure, dog. All right, Isaiah. Thanks for sharing all that shit. And dude, I hope to be seeing you around, man. I'll if I don't know if you use Discord or anything, but if you don't end up doing it, I'll post your I got your SoundCloud, so I'll post your shit in there.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you, cuz, for real.
All right, dog. I'll talk to you soon, man. Take care. Stay safe. Don't fuck around too hard with those McDonald's kids.
What's up?
All right, man.
Peace.
Later, dog.
Call from
Dallas.
Nellin? Nelly? Nello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hey, Gecko, what's up?
You know, not a whole lot is up with me.
That's how you've answered every single call, night.
What are you doing?
Been on the stream since it started. I think I've called you around about 100 times trying to get in.
Have we ever spoken before?
We have not.
How is this experience compared to how you thought it would be?
Pretty much what I expected, to be honest.
What did you expect?
Call the number, wait around for a while, get rejected, call a bunch more times, maybe get in. Kind of like a radio show.
What year were you born? Quick.
99.
Where do you go to school?
I'm not telling you where I go to school, bro.
Tell me where you go to school.
I'm in college, anthropology major.
Tell me everything you know about people that you have learned in your studies of anthropology.
Everything about people?
Yes. You're studying people. People are going to pay... What'd you say your name was? Nelson?
Dallas.
What?
Dallas, like the city in Texas.
Dallas, people are going to pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars to recite knowledge about people, correct?
I wish I was getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm hoping for $100,000 a year.
You got to know some things about... You got to be prepared for people to ask you about people.
Pick a topic, though.
People.
All right. I'm in a course right now that's called Archaeology Through Fiction. And we're reading about archaeological methods. Do you want to hear about some archaeological methods?
Actually, I kind of don't. Dallas!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How hath you sinned?
Heck, I have sinned by liking dogs more than cats. And I'm going to incite a riot in the chat really quick.
In what sense?
So, dog versus cat is... It's a tribalistic feud that goes back generations. We're all aware of it. We're all on one side of it, one way or the other. But I don't know if your listeners have caught on lately. There's been this whole narrative that people who like dogs only like dogs because they're obedient and because you can train them. Have you seen this?
You're making this sound sexual.
That's not the intention. The implication is that people who like dogs want someone to control and are inherently manipulative people.
Do you think you're a manipulative person?
No, I don't at all, which is why this narrative is so frustrating to me, because cat people have become all high and mighty thinking that, oh, because, you know, cats only like you if you respect their consent, and that makes them automatically better people, but that's not why most people like dogs, actually, and I have a lot to say on the topic if you'd like to hear it.
You know, you're giving off a very sort of clean... You seem like a very clean person.
Like...
You don't seem like well, like all around. Like, hygienically, you don't curse. You don't... you came in to talk about dogs. You seem very free of sin. You seem very Christian to me. You seem like you have a nice little haircut. And I want to know, I believe you, but I believe that everyone has something about them that makes them a horrible person. And I'm very, very curious what that is about you.
All right, I live in a house with my ex and two of our friends who are also exes, and I fucked one of the friends. How about that?
You fucked one of the friends of the exes. You're gonna have to slow down a little bit.
I live with my ex-boyfriend. We broke up before we moved into it. We live with two friends of ours who were engaged when we moved in. Within a week, they broke up. And I fucked one of them.
So you fucked your roommate?
Yeah.
While living with your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah. Are you satisfied that I've sinned?
Yes, I am. And the hell sounds even exploded a little bit. So Dallas.
Okay.
So what now? What did your ex-boyfriend think? Does he know about it? Do you still live with him?
Everyone knows about it. He doesn't really care, honestly.
Well, if he doesn't care, then it doesn't matter, right?
Well, it doesn't matter to him, but
does it matter to you?
The one friend that's not the friend that I slept with does care. So that's where the conflict is.
So you have 4 people involved in this situation. You have yourself, you have your ex-boyfriend, you have the guy you had sex with, and the guy who, for some reason, has nothing to do with any of this but cares about it.
Girl I had sex with, but yeah.
So why would the guy care? I guess, okay, so I guess someone in the chat is saying, you know, that it would make sense that the guy who has nothing to do with it cares because he's not getting laid. He's not having sex.
No, I think it's more like they had a kind of a messy breakup, and it was just kind of a weird time. We were both intoxicated. Like, we immediately
okay, so, all right, so
we...
there's 4 people. All right, so you were with your boyfriend, and then you guys broke up. And then you had sex with this other lady who just broke up with this person who cares.
Yes.
Are they a girl?
Person who cares is a dude.
Because that would be cool if we got every part of the...
What's up?
So how did this situation finish? Where's this at now?
I have no clue. I mean, what I really need to do is just talk to this guy and, like, actually... We kind of half-assed talked about it a little bit, but I know there's still some, like, residual animosity there that I need to talk about. But, of course, like, it's not really my problem. It's not my job to bring it up, but I'm going to have to anyway, you know?
Someone said that you should have sex with the dude that doesn't care, the guy that cares. And that way you can get him in on it.
Somehow, I think that would probably just make things worse. Just a suspicion.
Okay, but to me it's a reset, because if everyone has had sex with everyone, it resets it to where it was when no one had sex with anyone.
PEMDAS.
What?
It's PEMDAS.
What is PEMDAS?
What is... Dude, look at the chat. Somebody explain PEMDAS.
Don't dude me for not knowing what PEMDAS is. I have no idea what PEMDAS is.
Did you go...
Why would don't you dare insinuate that PEMDAS is something that people know what it is.
Yeah, did you go to elementary school in the United States?
No, you're gaslighting me even further. You're pretending like everyone who went to elementary... Don't do that. PEMDAS is a thing that you know what it is, and a very small amount of people know what it is, and that is the reality of the situation. And you're trying to gaslight me into thinking that it's a normal thing. I'm open to knowing what it's about. Look, I'm open to knowing what the word means, but don't sit here and pretend like it's a normal word.
You know, maybe I am a manipulative person, and that's why I like dogs. Who knows?
Yes. God damn it, I knew it. You came in here and you wanted to talk about fucking dogs, and I learned something about you.
Well, hold on. Nobody's fucking
finally.
Dogs. Calm down.
All right, what is PEMDAS?
It's an acronym for the order in which you solve an equation. Parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction.
Oh. What does that have to do with everyone having sex with each other?
It's usually used as a meme. It's a phrase to, like, explain everything balances out. You know, so when you said it resets it, that means, like, using PEMDAS to balance the equation, you know?
Yes.
I didn't mean to gaslight you, Gek. I'm sorry.
I will someday forgive you.
All right.
What? All right. You were gonna. You know what? No, I want to. How did this live up to your expectations?
Well, I didn't get to say what I wanted to say, but I had fun anyway.
Good. I
During
think
furries in the chat, my TikTok is Ataenis Wolf, Ataenis Wolf.
Are you a furry?
Yep.
Stop telling you. You know what? You know what is upsetting to me about you is that you have you keep trying to lead with the differences between cats and dogs, which I've heard 1,000 times before, and yet you're hiding so many more interesting topics from us.
All right. Well, what do you want to know about being a furry?
I almost want to give you the floor. I almost want to give you the floor to keep
To answer questions in the chat.
All right. So, first of all, do you think I'm a furry? Am I a furry?
In my opinion, it depends on whether someone defines themselves as being a furry. So if you don't think you're a furry, then no.
All right, that's fair. Although, furries, you can't usually see the face though.
Yeah, usually. I mean, having a fursuit, which is what you're probably thinking of, doesn't necessarily. It's not required for you to be a furry because fursuits are fucking expensive. So if that were a requirement, that would be classed as fuck.
How is that not a requirement?
Well, some people define being a furry as just being interested in anthropomorphic animals. So, like, if you like The Lion King, you're a furry.
That is so interesting. So I could be less of a furry than someone that doesn't even dress up as animals.
Yeah. But like I said, that's not like a definitive metric. It's just if you consider yourself a furry, then you are. So if you're someone who likes anthropomorphic animals and like has characters that are animals and is interested in like the art and the community, then that's a furry. But
how
like
do you feel about the general anti-furry sentiment floating around?
I think a lot of it is misconception about whether it's a fetish or not, which it is not. It's a very like family, kid safe community. And I think a lot of it is just straight up like, haha, look at the weird kid, like bullying theater kids or whatever. It's the same sentiment.
For sure.
Personally, it doesn't bother me, but like, who fucking cares, bro? Like,
that's
you got
what
better things to do.
I'm with you, Dallas. I agree. I don't like when people make fun of furries too. Who gives a fuck? Look. You know what? Respect to you, Dallas, because it takes a lot. It's hard. It's hard to wear to proudly say I like to dress up as a dog and pretend that I'm a dog, and I don't care if you think that that's weird.
Bro. Like, it gets warm in there, you know. Like, there's some conventions that take place over the summer, and people get heat stroke all the time. It's crazy.
People are willing to die for this.
Maybe not die, but yeah, we actually, so the biggest convention in the country, the world actually, is called Midwest Fur Fest. It takes place in Chicago, which is my home region. And a couple years back, I want to say 14, we had there's like some kind of poisonous gas that was put into the vents at this convention, and they had to like close down the whole thing. And now they've got like drug dogs every year and way tighter security and shit. It's crazy.
Someone tried to poison the furry convention through the air vents?
Yep.
That's fucked up.
I don't remember reading about it, whoever caught who it was or anything, or like what the motivation was, but
damn, that's fucked up. Do you think
also,
they were like targeting furries?
Well, it's possible. A lot of the community is queer too. So I'm gay-ish, obviously, and it's a big part of the furry like community. So it's debatable whether that could have been considered like an anti-queer hate crime. I don't know. I don't know enough about the details.
What would you say is do you think there is an overlap, like, I guess in terms of the, I don't like do you think there is cultural overlap between the furry community and the LGBT community?
Yes, but it's more in the sense of like, so the LGBTQ community is, if this is a Venn diagram, that circle's enormous, like the size of the sun, and the furry circle's like the size of the earth. And I'd say they're probably, I don't know, for sure more than half, maybe more like 3/4 of furries that I know exist are queer in some capacity, but of all of the LGBTQ people in the world, it's tiny fraction that are furries, if that makes sense.
I'm not lumping them in with LGBT people. I'm trying to like, what attracts LGBT people to the furry culture?
Oh, good question.
That is
right.
what I'm trying to ask.
Well, here's kind of where I can prove my my competency here. So I'm studying cultural anthropology specifically. So I spend a lot of time thinking about this stuff. I'm actually specializing in transgender studies. So I think a lot of the appeal is the same reason that there's overlap between like the autistic community and the LGBTQ community versus like, you know, theater people and queer kids. I think it's just a sense of otherness that it brings, and it's a way for people to, like queer people who are their identity and they have no choice, that's just who you are, but you're bullied for it anyway. It's a way for them to pick a hobby that is of their own choice. It's in your control, but it's such a like a loving and welcoming place. And like seriously, probably 90% of furries that I've met are super cool people, really chill to be around. There's kind of a concerning drug scene, but we'll talk about that later. And it's just a way for people to like take control of the things they're getting bullied for, I guess. Like if you're a furry, it's hard to make fun of you for being gay.
Interesting. So it provides them more control over their identity.
Yeah.
Is it like a thing of like, well, fuck it, if I'm gonna get bullied for being this thing that I didn't choose to be, like going a step further and being like, I have control over this at least.
Right. So then, like, you know, you might as well sing Hamilton in the high school hallways or be a furry or fucking whatever, you know?
Interesting.
I haven't looked at the chat.
Does it piss people off in the community when people like the fact that people think it's like all just like crazy orgies and stuff?
So hookup culture is definitely part of the furry community. Like
hookup culture is a part of every community.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. Like it's no more so than, I don't have a good example, but yeah, it is a part of every community. Every convention has a hookup culture. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
People are asking about the drugs in the comments. I'm not super well versed in drugs in general. I mean, obviously I smoke weed, who doesn't? But I can tell you that there's a lot of like party drugs that go on. There are raves at conventions that, you know, the staff kind of doesn't really care enough to moderate. They just kind of, you know, let people do whatever. They do bag searches sometimes, but never like in depth. Yeah, party drugs, I guess, would be what I'm referring to.
But that's got to be that's got to be no different from, you know, people hooking up at any other rave or at like, you know, a fucking anime convention or anything else.
Oh god, yeah. Like nowhere near the levels of like an EDM festival or something.
So the EDM DJs and the furries, they have more in common than they thought.
I guess they do. Let them know.
We got to get Steve Aoki to dress up as a. What do you think his persona would be?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know enough about Steve Aoki.
Hell yes.
What should we try to give you a persona? Because I don't know. You're not giving me real Gecko vibes. Like I love that that's the gimmick, but you mentioned like therapy dog earlier, and I'm curious.
Oh wait, now I'm interested. I was gonna end the call, but now I'm interested in how. Okay, so is it like a person? Okay, how does one find their persona? Is it like a personality thing, or do you choose? Like, okay, like do you choose to be a dog, or do you like? How does that work? How do I get assigned a persona?
All right. Well, it depends. So in your case, this would be your government assigned persona that I'd be giving you. For other people, like for me, the way that I chose my persona was I did wolf roleplay as a kid. I don't remember how I got into that, but I did. So it's exactly what it sounds like. You take like shitty anime drawings of wolves and you make that be your character, and you sit there and roleplay with other 12-year-olds. And from there, I got into like the DeviantArt scene, like the furry scene on there. So it's like a bunch of cutesy little anime pastel wolves and shit. And so that's how I got my persona. I'm a wolf because I'm basic. That's a basic animal. Wolves and foxes and like tigers and lions are all really basic. Dogs. And then for some people, it's like a little more personal than that. They might ask their friends or like loved ones what animal they think represents them, or if there's like an animal that's relevant to their culture or their family or something like that, then that's what you go with. Or like a character in media that you really resonate with, then you can like pick that species or something about that character.
So it sounds to me like it's more of a personal preference thing. That's kind of, is it a personal preference thing, or is it like who you are as a person? Like, does your personality? Because if it was a personal preference thing, wouldn't I be more of a gecko because I have already been dressing up as a gecko?
That's true. It would be up to you ultimately. But because you don't have a defined persona already, I'm giving you the option to be assigned one.
I mean, look, I don't consider myself a furry at all. I don't know anything about furry culture. I just dress up as a gecko because, I don't know, I don't have a good reason for it.
For the walls.
I think it adds to the, I do it as a shtick.
Yeah. I like this shtick. I think it's funny. That's why I followed you.
Well. Well, Dallas, look, keep doing it. Ignore the, people yelling at you. And
I'm not reading the comments, and I won't. I am gonna drop my username though again.
Go for it, dude. We'll I'll see you at the next convention. I wanna go to one of those fucking conventions and like do a video there and like talk to people and shit. As the
Where
Gecko.
are you at? Your caller ID says Rhode Island. Is that where you actually live?
Sure, we can tell people that I live in Rhode Island. That's not where I actually live, but
yeah, you can just Google conventions that are around you. There's a registration fee if you want to actually do stuff, but most of the times you can just like walk in and hang out and see people. They're usually in like hotels and stuff.
If there's one thing I've always wanted to do, it's go to a hotel with a bunch of
people in dog costumes.
With a bunch of people in dog costumes. So I'll have to check that off the bucket list sometime soon.
Yeah, respect. Do it.
All right, Dallas. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for sharing that stuff with us. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk about dogs, even though we kind of did. And,
no worries.
I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right. Username's in the chat. Attainable. Thanks, Gag.
Later, dude.
Have a good night.
What is love? What is love? There's many different kinds of love. There's physical love, there's spiritual love, there's romantic love, there's platonic love. Think about your love checklist for a second. Think about all the different types of love and think about the ones that you've experienced. Have you loved a friend platonically? Have you loved your mother with a special sort of love, that a familial love? Have you loved a romantic partner? Intimately and passionately? Have you lusted over a stranger whom you met in happenstance, with whom you've shared a brief yet passionate evening? A sinful evening. Look at your love checklist and see what boxes you have checked. See what boxes you don't have checked. And let me tell you another thing. Look, you may look at some of those unchecked boxes and you may feel bad about having those boxes unchecked. But it's okay. You don't have to check all of them. You don't have to check any of them. Except for one. Do you love yourself? What's that box looking like? That's the one you gotta check first, my friend. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's your name?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you watching the stream right now?
I am. That's why I'm confused.
Hold on, yeah, turn the stream off. Don't look at the stream. The stream is poisonous.
I'm walking away from
You're
the
walking
stream.
away? Where are you? How far away are you from your computer?
Good 20 yards now.
Beautiful. That's a good amount of yards. What's your name?
Oh yeah. Kendall.
Kendall?
Yes, sir.
Kendall, why do you know so much about yards? Are you good at eyeing things? Are you good at telling things? Are you good at estimating things with little information? Such as estimating the amount of distance between you and your computer without any sort of legitimate measuring tool?
One could say so, yes.
So if that's a skill of yours, let me ask you this as a follow-up. You there?
Yes, sir.
Kendall, eyeballing, this. Kendall. Eyeballing us. Me not knowing much about you, you not knowing much about me. Similar to how you eyeballed the distance between your computer and yourself. And you gave it an estimate of 20 yards. Didn't have to think that much about it. What would you estimate this to be?
Define this.
You and me. Our relationship. How far do
Me
you
and you,
estimate it
our
going?
relationship?
Yes.
How far do I estimate it? I don't know. Maybe we could walk in the park, feed some ducks at the pond, share a few brews.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
What's your favorite park?
The ones with ducks and ponds.
You ever fed a duck before?
I believe I have. I must have been much younger, but I seem to have memories of doing such things with my grandfather.
What was your relationship with your grandfather like?
He inspired my passions of craftsmanship and woodworking and fixing things with my hands.
He was a craftsman. Interesting. Because you seem like, I could tell that you're a crafty guy just by the nature of how, easily you're able to estimate distance. I can tell you've measured lots of things.
I suppose.
What would you do if we were walking in the park together and someone came up behind me and smacked my ass?
I would probably ask you if you were okay with that at first.
And what if I said I was?
It's a free country and you can live your life however you please.
That's very respectful of you, Kendall.
I am not here to make judgments.
You know, I think this is going really well, actually. I feel like we have a lot in common, because I also don't like to make judgments.
Well, what's the fucking point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a shit what anybody thinks?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, all you have are your own thoughts when you go to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Last night, perhaps, Kendall, as you were laying in bed, as you were drifting off to sleep, do you, and you know, look, it's okay if you don't remember. I get that not everyone remembers everything that they think about before they go to sleep, but what were you thinking about?
I don't remember very much from when I go to sleep. It all just kind of shuts off at a certain point.
When your mind wanders, where does it tend to go?
There is never a consistent thread. It goes wherever I allow it to go before reining it in.
It's important for me to know as I look into, as I evaluate what my commitment will be to our relationship, you know? Because I think that, you know, a problem that a lot of people have in their relationships is that they get bored as they go on, you know? So the fact that your mind drifts in many different places leads me to believe that, you know, you maintain a fresh perspective, you know, which means that
I try.
I think this is sustainable. I think that as time goes on, you and I will find new adventures that aren't the same as our old adventures, but have their own unique charm.
It's a very happy thought.
Is there anything that, you know, Kendall, I want you to know something. One of the most important things to me in my relationships is honesty.
I'm a very open person.
Is there anything that you think I should know about you? I believe, and also another thing that you should know about me in regards to this honesty thing, is that I believe that not necessarily lying, Kendall, but intentionally withholding information, I don't consider that lying, but I consider that to be dishonest. Is there anything, Kendall, that I should know about you before we continue in our relationship?
Is there anything you would want to know?
Have you had a past life? Or would you say that the life you're living right now is pretty similar to the life you've been living for the past however many years?
Me as a person, I do not look much into the past or the present. Future, I should say. Not present, future. I tend to focus on what's happening right now because that's what I can make the most sense out of.
Well, Kendall, I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a really nice time tonight. And I see something here between us. And I appreciate you calling in. And I appreciate you giving me a chance.
Of course.
You have a great rest of the night, Kendall. I love you very much.
I love you too, and I think what you are doing is fascinating and intriguing, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Of course.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Call from
Kira.
to accept.
Kira.
Hello?
Is this Kira?
Hi. Oh, I really was not expecting to get on Therapy Gecko.
I know. I wasn't expecting you to get on Therapy Gecko either, Kira. But look, here we are in a situation that neither of us expected.
I don't know. What do we do now? I know you like to talk about the therapy. Maybe I should start with how are you doing?
You know, Kira, I'm all right. And thank you for asking. Not a lot of people ask, but look, it feels good when they do, and they're not obligated to. But look, Kira.
Yes.
How does it feel to be in a situation you didn't expect to be in?
My heart is racing right now, and I'm trying to be real calm because this seems like a pretty weird thing to do. Just call in and talk.
I know.
The person I do not know.
Look,
But
if it makes you
happened,
feel any better, I think it's. Actually, I don't know on whose end it's weirder. I don't know if it's weirder to take the calls or to make the calls. But also, I don't think it matters. I think it's pointless to discuss. Because
right.
We're here. We're doing it. Doesn't matter if it's weird or not. We've arrived. We're on the phone with each other right now, Kira.
Exactly. I completely agree with you.
I'm glad that you agree that we're on the phone.
You know, it's quieter than I... Oh, sorry. Please.
No. What? Tell me what you were going to say. It's more important.
I was going to say it's quieter than I thought it was going to be. I feel like I'm just talking to just a person, you know? It's not really the ambiance. I expected the music to be on the line, I guess.
You know what is funny about you saying that is when I was talking to I'm very not cognizant of this because I can hear the music, but you can't. And to me, it feels like you can, but I am never cognizant of the fact that you can't. And it totally changes the dynamic of the conversation.
Definitely. Because I think if I heard that, yeah, it would just be even more calm vibes.
Right. And we're going to find a way to start piping it in. But for now, you know, we're just going to have to sit in whatever this is.
Yeah, no worries.
What are you doing right now, Kira?
I am sitting on my floor and just in like an anxious mess because I didn't think about what I wanted to talk about on Therapy Gecko. Do you have it? I don't know.
Well, here's what makes it easier is that I host the show and I don't think about what I was going to talk about. So why should I expect you to know what you were going to talk about either?
I didn't want to waste your time here. I understand. It's a very important show.
There's no the concept of you wasting my time doesn't even exist here, because what we're doing right now is I didn't even have it planned. It's just happening. We're just on the phone.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It
You can
does
tell me
make
if it
sense.
doesn't.
Yeah. I think it definitely makes sense. I just have the memory of a fish, so I kind of forgot what you said already.
Why are you on the floor?
I feel more comfortable here. It seems like a very settling area to be in, so I'm okay with it.
Are you on the floor of your room or of your
Yeah,
what room of your
my
room?
room. Yes, sitting on the floor of my room.
Kira, do you think we're compatible?
I wondered that as you were asking the other people before, and I think that you yourself are a creative person and just a man of vision, and I don't know, I really stand by that. Compatibility, I think I don't know. I didn't really think about it like that, but I do really enjoy the content that you put out and the message that you send as far as your online personality.
So we're compatible in that sense, maybe.
In that sense, yes. If I got to know you better, we'd go from there.
Well,
But
no, I mean we're
don't
compatible in the. I think the amount that we're compatible in the context of the amount that you know me right now from you watching the streams. We're compatible as me streaming and you watching it.
I enjoy it. You seem like a very, very true, very kind person, but also very funny. And I enjoy a good, funny person. Just someone to make me laugh and to just be nice.
Well, thank you, Kira.
Yes.
Kira, have you ever been in love?
Too many times.
Too many times.
Maybe I call it infatuation instead of love. That might be more realistic.
Tell me about the last time you were deeply infatuated.
Actually, you know what? I did want to ask you about this, okay? So for a little bit, probably in November, I just got out in just total anonymity. I just got out of like a mental hospital. I was in there for like a week, and I decided while I was in there, because I was so bored, I said I'm gonna pick up a prison pen pal. So I picked up a prison pen pal, and I started talking to this person, and I started just like, I don't know, just me being myself and being over infatuated with this person. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is love. This must be what love feels like. And of course, this poor man had to reject me. But I still talk to him, and now we're friends, kind of. But I don't know what to do with that relationship now. When I think about it, it's nice because I have a friend who's in prison now. I don't know. What do you think about that? I probably didn't explain that well.
So you were in a mental hospital, and this was like an internet friend?
It was like you go online and you meet the prison pen pals, and you go like write a prisoner, and you pick up you like go through
okay, I've seen
profiles.
something like this. Yeah. And you did this
you
while
pick
you were
the
in a mental
person.
hospital.
I did because I thought it would be a good idea at the time, and I didn't think that we'd be talking for this long. So
are you saying this as an answer to who you've been or were you infatuated with this person?
Not crazy infatuated, but I was like, this guy. The reason why I started talking to him because I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is very cute. My dumb brain, okay, I was like, this guy is very cute, and this might be cool to talk to him, and he might like me. So I gave it a shot, just doing something random, just like I'm doing right now.
What did he? Are you at liberty to / comfortable to share what landed him in prison?
I looked it up, and I didn't look at what he did beforehand, before messaging him, but I found out later that he actually it was an attempted rape, I believe, or an attempted assault. I think it was a rape. I think that's what they said. And I think I asked him about it, and it was very brief. But getting to know him, he definitely seems like a very kind, very rounded individual, and I get to talk to him like on the phone and stuff. So, but that I don't know. I worry about that because he gets out soon. So what if he wants to meet up or something? I don't know if I can do that. get what I'm saying, Therapy Gecko? I'm worried.
Understandably so.
Yeah. Hard to tell my buddies about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something I personally would sign off on.
Oh no, definitely not. No. I'm sure the general public wouldn't.
You're not gonna do it, are you?
What? Like do what? Like meet him?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was never. I'm just throwing that out in the air. That was never explicitly said that we were ever gonna have to meet. And he also is in another state, so I don't worry about it too much, because when you come out of jail, they make you stay in the state for a while, right? Like they don't just let you free reign, right?
I have no idea. To be
Okay,
honest.
well, I'll look into that later. When the time comes. I have a little bit of time.
Maybe looking. He don't know where he doesn't know where you live.
No, not specifically.
Yeah, I want to be. I would look. I'm never. I'm gonna go ahead and say you probably shouldn't meet up with this person. I'm gonna go ahead and
No, I'm not saying I wasn't.
Bet.
No. You're right. I'm not saying I was. I was just saying, that's on my mind lately, these days, and I don't know how to end that relationship. Probably be.
The best part about having to end an online relationship is that you can just stop.
But then I feel bad, because what else does he have going in there?
I mean, look, if you this is unpopular, but look, if you genuinely feel bad,
yeah,
you can say in a message, feel a little uncomfortable with how this relationship has progressed.
Right.
And I unfortunately have to end things.
Simple, quick and simple. Just that's a nice way to put it. I like that.
People are saying you don't owe him anything, which I agree with. I'm only telling you that if sending that would make you feel better.
Right. Just some closure, at least. That really makes me sad. I have to part ways with my buddy.
I think it is for the best that you part ways.
Yeah, probably is for the best. Yeah.
Are you okay, Kira? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm a little sad about it, because I literally just tried to break things off the other day, like probably 2-3 days ago.
Wait, what do you mean you've tried? What do you mean you tried?
Not like in a crazy way, just being like, oh, I don't think we should talk anymore, and I should have just been like, yeah, all right, that's it. But I go back on my word sometimes, and it's a shame.
Have you spoken to a real therapist about this?
No, not this specifically. Not this specifically. The more that you are concerned with it, the more it makes me concerned, because I really try to think about this as little as possible.
Yeah, I think I usually look at the chat. I mean, I do, but I'm looking at them, and they are concerned.
Oh, please don't be concerned.
And look here, I know you seem like I'm not trying to stress you out.
No, no.
But you should. Do you have a therapist? I'm assuming if you've been to a mental health, do you have a therapist? Do you have mental health resources available to you?
I used to, but I just can't afford it right now, and I don't have the time. So it's kind of just been like free reign for the past couple of months for me. So, you know. But I will. I do plan on getting back into like mental health and everything and doing things to
Okay,
better
because
myself.
I think you should talk to someone who is not me, not the I mean, I think you should talk to an actual therapist about this.
Right. Because this is very, very serious.
Yeah, I would agree that you should probably cease contact with this person.
Does it help to know that he was really
period
cute?
at the end of that. What?
Does it help to know that he was cute?
No,
really
no. I don't think
Really?
I wouldn't consider that a factor whatsoever.
Okay. Fair enough. I appreciate it. Do you like to go by Lyle or do you like to go by Therapy Gecko?
What would you like to call me, Kira?
I don't want to call you Lyle if that's like weird, but I also like calling you Therapy Gecko because that feels like sir to me.
You can call me whatever you wish, Kira.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Therapy Gecko. Thank you for your wisdom.
Absolutely. And take care, Kira.
I will.
Be safe, okay?
Yeah. I hope to see you and the rest of your videos and everything. Just keep going. I love your work.
All right, man. I love you too. Take care. Don't do anything crazy.
Okay, you too. All right.
All
bye.
right. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Ariana.
Ariana.
Yes.
Who are you, Ariana?
Oh, it's kind of lagging on my computer. This is weird.
Here's what I want you to do, Ariana. What room of your house are you in right now?
I live in like a college apartment.
Close your laptop, put it underneath your bed, but set a little whatever, you download one of those apps that makes it so that your computer doesn't work for 10 minutes or something like that. And then go to the cellar of your college dorm and talk to me there. I don't want you anywhere near the stream itself. Pretend the stream doesn't exist. Pretend that we're just... I'm sorry, Ariana. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. I should... I'm wasting time. I should relax. I'm sorry, Ariana. I don't know why I'm doing this.
I just put it on mute. It's good.
Okay, that's good enough. You don't have to do all the other stuff I was talking about. Are we compatible, Ariana?
I feel like we are.
Why?
Because you just got this kooky energy about you, and I'm all about kooky energy.
Do you consider yourself kooky?
I definitely do. I'm like a mixture of a punk grandmother, drug rug mess. I love everything. Yeah.
You said you're a punk grandmother.
Yeah, I got those like cottagecore vibes, but I be dressing like I work in a Hot Topic.
What do you feel like? How would you describe your personality? Because I feel like you've described only your appearance.
I'm chaotic.
You're chaotic.
Bubbly.
What's the most chaotic thing you've done recently?
I don't know. Everything is chaos. Let me think. The other night, I attempted to jump off my friend's bed and do a split and almost broke my legs. I think that was it. And it was like to Sean Kingston or some shit. Like for no reason.
Was this for a TikTok?
No. It just was spur of the moment, I'm going to do that, and I almost did it. Or did it, but I didn't break my legs.
I don't know about chaotic. Dangerous.
That
Certainly.
is right. Yeah.
Certainly dangerous. What else? What is? Do you have a habit, Ariana? Would you say of putting yourself in dangerous situations?
It depends because I don't see situations as dangerous, but then people around me are like, "Why are you doing that? That is definitely dangerous."
Yeah, we had a caller like that today.
Yeah, I feel like I would also vibe with them. Oh wait, was it the girl with the inmate pen pal?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I was kind of relating to her because I also pen pal and for a little bit was writing to a prisoner, but
We don't have to do the same. We don't have to have all the same conversation again, do we?
no, it is over.
You two should be friends. Although, actually, I don't know. I'm scared of what you could cook up together.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like I definitely could vibe with her though. We could go on hikes or some shit, do embroidery.
That sounds perfectly productive.
Yes.
What does cottagecore mean?
Cottagecore. It became a bit of a TikTok trend this year, like pen paling, embroidery, baking, gardening, like the kind of like cottage lifestyle habits or hobbies.
Oh, I see. Yes. So, like, you're like a, you're grandmotherly, but you would also go to, like, a basement punk show.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. But which
I would bring
are
my
gone.
knitting needle to a basement.
Don't bring your knitting needle to a mosh pit because you're gonna stab someone. Stay clear.
There's the
Leave
chaos.
that at home. But have you ever been in love, Ariana?
I have.
Who were you in love with?
I had a boyfriend, and I was kind of engaged with him for 8 years. And then I broke it off a summer ago, but we're still, like, in this weird phase where we're not official, but we're kind of just messing around.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 19.
So you've been engaged with this... Wait. So, like, you've been engaged? Wait,
I
do you mean,
was
like,
engaged-
do you mean engaged, like... or do you mean, like, engaged?
I was dating him from, like, middle school, like a crazy time period, from middle school up until August of last summer. And my senior year, he had proposed to me. So we were engaged for about a year, but I didn't know what was going on, and I thought we should separate so I could figure things out.
Okay, I thought you were saying you've been engaged since you were 11.
No. God, no. That does seem like something I'd do, though. Definitely.
How old was he? You don't have to,
he's
tell me
only-
shit if you don't want to tell me.
He's only 2 years older than me.
Okay. Part of me
Yeah.
felt like he was like 35 or something.
I mean, if I was dating him in middle school, it definitely would be the stereotype from our generation of, like, all the middle schoolers dating older online dudes.
Is that a stereotype? Is that like a common thing?
Yes, sadly. I've heard it from many people on the internet, in real life, everywhere.
Oh boy.
Do you think we're compatible?
Do I think we're compatible?
Yeah. Do you think
I don't
we're
know. I don't know if I'm
compatible?
crazy enough for you.
But could you vibe?
Could I vibe?
Like, if I'm doing chaotic stuff, could you sit in the corner and still support me and be like, she's doing what she's doing?
You know how you ever watch? I don't know if you watch the stream, but like if someone tells me something, I'll usually go oh or ah or eh, and then I'll like make a comment or a face. I'd probably be doing stuff like that.
I feel like, in a way, that is vibing.
See how when
Not a
you
support-
I didn't do that intentionally, but see how when you said I feel like in a way that was vibing, and I was like, I
Yeah.
would probably do stuff like that.
Yeah. Vibing in silence.
Well, there's only one way to figure that out for sure, and that's for us to go on a game. That's for us to go on a date to GameStop.
I haven't been to a GameStop in forever. That'd be cool.
We'll do that. We'll go on a date to GameStop, and you know, maybe next Saturday at 2 p.m.
I feel like that could work out. I'd have to drive like 20 hours, but I feel like it could work out.
Okay, great. And then I will see you at the Arundel Mills GameStop a week from tomorrow at 2 p.m.
All right. Have a good night, Gecko.
You too, Ariana. Stay safe. Don't break your legs doing TikTok dances.
I will not.
All right, Ariana. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Call from
Nate.
Nate.
Hello?
Nate.
Yes, Lyle? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes?
Nate?
Yeah,
Who are you?
I'm Nate.
Okay, what about Nate?
I'm
You're what?
Can you be more specific?
No.
Can I just say really quick, Lyle, that I really respect your work,
Thank you.
and I'm a huge fan, actually.
Thank you.
Who am I? That is the question. See, I know you have like a theme, right? And
I have a theme, but we don't have to. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll be any version of. We can do any what version of this do you want to do?
I called with something on my mind.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. So am I able to drop like celebrity names in your chat? Like, can I
Yeah,
say?
you can do anything you want, dude.
Okay, sweet. So you know who Jeffree Star is?
Jeffree Star.
He's like he's a really wealthy. He sells like men's pals or like women's pals. He's a homosexual man.
Is that what he's famous for?
Yeah, I'm sure your chat knows who he is. He's very famous for that.
He's famous for being a homosexual man.
Well, not necessarily, but like he sells men's like he's a man, but he sells like women's makeup palettes. He's very wealthy.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess in this case, Jeffree Star is more or less like just a figure, like a type of person, right? And see, I'm a college student, so I'm not like super wealthy, but Jeffree Star's money is attractive to me.
Okay.
And I actually have a girlfriend at the time, like at the moment, and I'm not messing with you, like, right? You're taking me serious, right?
Yeah, you're being serious?
Yes, I came to you with this. Yeah. So like I have a girlfriend right now, right? But like sometimes I think about like I think about material money too much, and like I think that like I would allow myself to be homosexual for like in order to be married to a homosexual man with lots of money, even though I am heterosexual.
I think they call that gay for pay. in like the
Is
porn
that what it's
industry.
called? In the porn industry? Well, I'm not trying to do porn.
I know. I just saying that that's what they call it in the porn industry.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, like, I guess the moral of the story is like, my friends give me a hard time about it, but like, I was just wondering if you had like any idea about like material value over happiness.
Your friend is giving you a hard time because you would be a homosexual for money?
Yes, precisely.
Would you ever, you know, you can do that. Nothing's stopping you from doing that.
No, I know, and my friend isn't a bad person for that. But I think
I mean, you know,
argument,
look, I would check with your girlfriend and see, you know, what if there's a clause about this in your relationship contract.
And see, I agree with that too. But I guess more or less my thought is like, I'm curious as to why I, a heterosexual man, like feel as though it would be okay to become homosexual for money.
Well, look, in a way, everyone who hates their job is homosexual for money.
That's actually like really intelligent.
You know, you don't like engaging in homosexual acts.
In like the most respectful way possible, you know.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. You know, 100%.
yeah.
But you would do it for money.
Like extravagant wealth, yes.
Similar to how, you know, I don't like, you know, most people, they don't like typing spreadsheets on a computer or making hamburgers or driving taxi cabs, but they'll do it for money.
But they'll do it for money.
Now, there are some people who do like engaging in homosexual acts that do it for money. You know, similar to how some people like, you know, painting, and they paint, and then they make money painting.
I see. But I feel like a major drive for me at the moment is that I like don't have a lot of money, you know. And like if I had money, maybe I wouldn't think about it.
If you had money, maybe you wouldn't think about it.
Like I would, like it's an interesting thought to me why like it occurs to me that I would do that.
I would look within yourself, like what are your boundaries? Like, would you find being like, I do not believe. I say it's that there is there's nothing inherently objectively degrading about sexualizing yourself for money. But if you personally would feel degraded being sexualized for money, then you should take that into consideration.
I agree. I agree with you on the fact that like I don't think that it's a bad thing to sexualize yourself for money. But I personally am like a very sexually reserved person. So I'm just baffled by the fact that I would think that this was okay. But
well,
I think I really liked your gay for pay idea. I think that was really quite intelligent advice because you're right about that. Like you would do almost anything for money, and extreme amounts of money, like absurd amounts of money, would make it that much easier to do something that you're completely against.
Why? You know, look. I mean, look. Why don't you just try it?
Just try it.
By the way, you don't have to go. I mean, I know some girls who, like, you know, they do seeking arrangements, but they don't necessarily have sex with the dudes. You know, they'll just go on a date, hold their hand, talk to them. You know, for some people that's worse than sex, actually.
Really?
But you could do that. You can go on Seeking Arrangements and just find an old man who, you know, you could go on a date with for money. And see if you like that.
I see. And, like, I guess that would be the real test, because then, like, I could see if the money was worth it. And, like, but, like, you know, you wouldn't want your existence to be torture either. Like, you'd want to be able to enjoy your life even now that you're with a person specifically for their money. But, like, you still respect that person, you know? Like, you just like the money, like, a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I value.
I think it's your own decision. Like, what are you willing to do for money? What are you not willing to do for your money? You know, explore. I would take a little time, explore your own boundaries.
It's really intelligent.
You could try camming. Would you do that?
What, I like a cam girl?
Or like a cam guy?
A cam guy. You could try that.
You could try that. I mean, why did you bring this up as the way to make money?
I think in this particular, I'm a little disappointed you don't know who Jeffree Star is, but that's fine. It's just the fact that he is extravagantly wealthy, and I think that that is what he drives like luxury cars and has Louis Vuitton backpacks and lives in a mansion, and that to me is what I want.
Why? You know what? Now I'm less interested in your means of achieving money, and I'm more interested in why do you want extreme wealth?
And that's also why I think that first off, I'm not very wealthy to begin with. You know, I grew up in middle class America, and so I think that you didn't always have exactly what you wanted, but I watch these celebrities who get this extreme wealth and this extreme power, and then they say, oh, it's not really worth it. When in reality, what do they have to worry about? You know, once you get money, your troubles go away.
I don't think that is necessarily true.
And so, that's why I came to you, an unofficial therapist, but I just wanted to, ask why do you think that your problems don't go away?
I mean, again, I don't know, but I mean, you can listen to it. Celebrities give interviews all the time where they don't necessarily talk about how awesome their lives are. We also see rich people fucking dying and killing themselves and getting into all kinds of terrible life troubles, even though they have a lot of money. I don't think that's a good view to have, that money will inherently solve all of your problems. I'm not even saying that as I'm not an advice guy. I'm not a guy who knows shit or anything. But I have read from people who do know shit. Not that anyone, I guess, knows shit, but I don't know. I'm fucking 16, but...
You're 15?
No, I'm not actually 15, but...
Oh. But I think that's I think it's one of those things that, if I'm honest, I want to see for it. I want to see it for myself. Does that make sense?
Someone said money buys security, which is true. Money buys security and freedom.
Which is why I think, that's the root of a lot of especially lower class Americans' problems. And that would fix a lot of the day-to-day problems. You have time to focus on others.
Do you have any? You tell me. I feel like you just get new problems though. I feel like there's no way to get all of your shit taken care of.
Well, right, but then like, is there like? Do you believe that they're like the same, like, intensity of problems and like the same stakes, like the same things are at stake, or? Because there's a difference between like not being able to buy Super Bowl tickets and buying like groceries, you know.
Yes. I think I remember reading some shit. Yeah, okay, I know. I see what you're saying there. I think, again, I don't know shit about dick, but I feel like I remember reading something that, like, there's, like, some study or something that said that wealth affects happiness up to, like, a certain point. So, like, I think the difference between being, like, impoverished and secure is pretty big, right? But the difference between being secure and motherfucking Jeffree Star ultra wealthy, I think, is different.
Like the difference between like $150,000 and $150 million, there's no difference there.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, someone said up to, I think it's up to like 75K or 70K or something. That I can understand. Yes, the difference between being like fucking impoverished and always having to worry about money and like being financially secure. I could definitely, there's happiness there, but I think between, and again, I don't think about tits, but there's a difference between that and like the difference between someone who makes like $70,000 a year and has $1 million.
I see that. So like, I guess,
what are you gonna do? What would you do, Nate, if you had unlimited money? Like, I know you don't want to. Okay. You don't have to worry about money anymore. You don't have to worry about your groceries. You don't have to worry about. What do you do now that you have like extraordinary wealth? What would you do?
You know what, Lyle? That's a great question, and I honestly think about it a lot. And when I think about like this system of like getting to that point, what would I do once I get it? And like, I guess like when you wake up at 10 o'clock every morning, like on a weekday, and you feel like terrible because you woke up at 10 o'clock, I would just wake up at noon. Like, who cares? And like, I would just get some breakfast that someone made me, and then just do something stupid like play Call of Duty all day because I can. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't get bored of that?
And see, like, that's just what that's what I want, is like, I want to find out if I would get bored of it. Like, I want to get to that point where I have that much money. And then, like, once I get bored, I'll just buy something new. I'll just find something else that is extremely fun like that, but you can't do because you have to do other stuff sometimes. Unless you're super duper rich.
I think that you would just buy, like, crazy shit.
Well, like, and then you think about it, and then you're like, oh, that's how all the lotto winners end up, like, going off the deep end. But, like, I don't see how that could be unfun and like how you could ruin your life doing that, because like you're just having a blast all the time and there's no consequences. Like, I know you said that that's not a good way to think, but like I hope I'm making you think about it a little bit, because you got bills to pay. We all do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Right, but we're not talking about not worrying about paying bills. We're talking about like extraordinary wealth.
Like ridiculous. Yeah, so which is where I see
I'd
point.
Get bored.
You would think you'd get bored?
I feel like having enough money. I guess I get the freedom that money buys you. Understandable. For me, money is cool because it means you don't have to do things you don't want to do. But then I also feel like when you buy crazy stuff, you need more money, which means you need to do more things you don't want to do.
I see what you're saying.
But again, I don't know boobs about butt.
But you do a lot of these talk shows. You gain a lot. You're basically Joe Rogan at this point, in the way that you are just gathering information from other people, but you're doing a good thing. But before,
well,
what? Go ahead.
Now, what were you gonna say?
I just don't want to. I don't want to hog the air, but I wanted to bring up another topic really quick. It's kind of like a get to know you question.
Sure.
Before you boot me, but I just want to know. So like, I have my own. Like, I'm saying this with my own like personal ideas in mind, and I just want to ask you, and then I'll say mine if you so desire. But like, so you just got like a terminal illness, right? Like, this is just a for instance, and I feel bad for anyone who's ever got one, but like, just jokes aside. But like, you just got a terminal illness. What's the first? What are you going to do with the rest of your life while you have time?
How much time do I have left?
Let's say the doctor gave you 30 days to live.
I mean, I would spend it with my friends and my family, and I would reflect over everything in my life that I had to be grateful for.
That's a very mature answer.
You're going to tell me that you would like go do some crazy shit, aren't you?
This doesn't segue into...
Yeah, no, that's what you're going to say. You're going to say that you would like
No,
go
I'm not.
skydiving and shit.
No, what I was going to say...
You're going to say you would
like,
go do skydiving and do heroin in the sky.
Okay, Lyle, you know more about the world than people think you do. My answer precisely was going to be yes, say goodbye, right? But then just like live out every narcotic and drug fantasy that you've ever desired, you know? Like,
I don't want like what? I don't
why
want
would you
to
not
do
do that?
heroin.
Why
Could you
would you-
imagine
but, like-
your mom when you're about to die wanting to spend time with you, but you're too busy fucking doing heroin?
I mean, you kind of put me in a tight spot there. But like, I just don't get like, okay, so like, you're not gonna exist. You actually talked about this with the last girl a little bit, but anyway, you're gone from this current time and space in like 2 hours, and you don't want to try something you've always wanted to do. Like what's your heroine in this position? Your mom?
What?
Like I'm saying, like, you know, my thing is like I've always like I just want to know what it'd feel like to do heroin. What's like that thing you wanted to do your whole life and now you have no regrets? Like, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, what are you gonna go do? See your mom, I guess? You kinda already answered it, but
You said see my mom?
oh, I just don't know what your thing is. Like, I get like see your family or something like that, but like give me more than that. Like give me something here.
I don't have a... I'm trying to think of this realistically. Like, if I was actually dying.
But like, but it's kind of like one of those questions. Like, I just wanted to see where I just wanted to get some ideas from you. Like, I wanted to get to know Lyle a little bit.
I don't think I have a thing like that. I don't think I want to do heroin or jump out of a plane. I'm doing most of the things that I want to be doing right now. I'd like to travel, but I can't do that right now because there's a pandemic. But other than that, I'm kind of chill.
And I admire you say you don't know nothing about nothing, but I admire your wisdom, honestly.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate
you
that, mate. I don't know if
You
I'm
did.
anything like Joe Rogan, but...
Well, you know what I mean by Joe Rogan, like in the way that you're gaining knowledge from strangers and like learning. But
It's true. Well, he talks to, like, you know, scientists, and I'm talking to, you know, you.
I get it.
No offense, but...
I mean, maybe someday I'll be a scientist and I'll come back on your show.
Maybe someday you will be a scientist, and you can tell us all about... You can study the effects of heroin. That's how you'll do this, I think.
I won't do heroin, but I hope to someday be able to, like, find the answers to life in extravagant wealth. But you did help me in that. I realize it's not the best way to think, but it's just something I'm curious about, I should say.
Someone said that what I said to you was mean, and it was, but I didn't mean it that way.
Oh, I didn't think it was that mean. I understand.
I don't think it's mean to say that you're not a scientist.
Whoever said that in the chat, I am not a scientist.
Look, you're as much of a scientist as I am Joe Rogan. That's what I meant to say.
That's fair, but like, no credit to me, but more credit to yourself, Lyle, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, thank you, man. No, it is how I said it. I said it with some stank. All right. Anyway, look, Nate, you're a beautiful man, and don't. I'm gonna be worrying about you. So
Why would you worry
so
about
be
me?
safe. We just be safe, Nate. Okay? Can you be safe for me?
Lyle, yeah, and I hope to talk to you again. I'll
All
hope
right,
to
man.
turn back
I love
in.
you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Lyle. Goodbye.